Good morning. Welcome to the Schofield Garage. Today is Sunday. What is today? July 17th. And today I am going to be working on the Caltrac brackets, trying to make the bolts stick out for the rod end narrower. I need to move my leaf springs outboard to be able to get the leaf spring purchase for the Quick Performance rear end, which you see, you can see right there, and see over here, right there, the leaf spring spacing puts it basically right here. So I need to get it, I want to get it about that far apart so there's room to put a bead of weld. And obviously these don't go here, these will go like this somehow, but I need to get it far enough apart that I'm not welding on top of the other weld. So I've got work cut out for me. Show you what we got. I've already put the Caltrac in the vise, but you can see how much the bolt head sticks out, how much the bolt sticks out. So one solution on this side is to cut the bolt off, make it shorter. But I don't have a mill or anything. I could mill that head down of the bolt. Are you seeing this? So let's see. Yeah, so the bolt head right there, there we go, is about 1/2 inch thick, sitting on top of a washer. I think what my solution is going to be, I'm about to take that out, and I got grade 8 all thread. This is 4 inches long. It's probably able to get cut down some, but thin Nylox. So I'll cut this bolt down. Obviously they're gonna have a washer, spread the load out, but I'll be able to get this about as thin as I can get, and that will let me get my leaf spring mounts closer together and without having to have so much space between the side of the mount and the frame rail. If this doesn't work, I think what we'll end up doing is I'll move the frame rails inboard and then have to put the leaf springs outboard of the frame rails, which I don't really want to do. I think that would probably add a level of difficulty to the tubs that I just don't really want to deal with. So right now the frame rails are wide enough for a 12 or 12.5 inch tire. I'm going to be running 28 1050s, 15s. Maybe at some point if we get into any type of DOT radio class, 275, 50 or 6015. There's plenty of room. This is a light car, so I think with the Caltracs and the light car, it shouldn't be traction limited. So that's the plan, and I'm going to get working on that, and we'll film what I'm doing. Alright, welcome back. I figured I would just show this real quick before I get started. Here is the leaf spring mocked up in the car. I've got that much space, but you can see how the nut sticks out. I've also got thin jam nuts to put on this mount, but the other idea my brother suggested the other day is I've got doubler plates. So a plate with that bolt pattern will get welded over to double the thickness of the bolt holes, keep the leaf springs from ripping through them. He suggested getting a piece of 3/8 stock and drilling and tapping it and welded on. So the double plate is also a nut plate, so there's no nut, there's no messing around trying to, if I get it right up against the frame rail, trying to fish a nut and a wrench up in there. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll get a 3/8 inch plate, drill and tap it for 1/2 inch bolt, and that'll take care of that. The other thing I'll have to do today is there is a 1/2 inch, well no, I think it's 1/2 inch, I think it's 5/8 inch ID or OD sleeve, which there's one right there that runs through the center, and then this sleeve on the outside right there spaces it and with the proper length allows the Caltrac to pivot. If the Caltrac doesn't pivot, it won't work. can't tighten it up and have the cow track locked up. So when I bring the spacing of these brackets in closer together, I'll have to cut the inner and outer sleeves off. I was trying to figure out last night how to, and there's the outer sleeves. So they go over that sleeve, slide down, they pivot. So one thing I thought of last night to make sure keep the spacing and keep the cow track where it pivots is to put the outer sleeves on the inner sleeve where they go, and then tack weld them together, and then in the cutoff saw or with the death wheel on the grinder, cut off the correct amount. Then they won't move, and they'll be cut off like I said, cut off the correct length. That way the pivotal pivot point will stay free. And if I mess it up, I can always order more pieces, and maybe then just take them to somebody that's got a lathe and have them turn them down precisely. I think this nylock, maybe not. They've actually gotten thinner nylocks from McMaster Car. If they want to sponsor me, it'd be great, but McMaster Car has got all kinds of stuff you can't find anywhere else, and they usually have just about everything in stock. So this nylock, pardon my cheap ass plastic digital caliper, but this nylock's 42 thousandths thick. It's just slightly under half an inch. Good thing about this, it was cheap, and unlike the one I got for Harbor Freight, it worked for more than a week. And the one from, so the one from McMaster is 040, so it actually is thinner. And the nylock is purple. The one that Caltrack sent is orange. Nobody likes orange. Flat side toward the brackets. Probably there's no way to see it in the camera, but in case you're ever notice, washer has a flat side and a rounded side. I always put the flat side toward the bracket, the rounded side towards the nut, because you need the washer to take a little extra load bearing. It's got more surface area than the hex nut, so that's a good thing. Might have to do is sacrifice one of the nylocks, the nylock part, burn it out, and then weld one of these to the bolt, because I can already tell that man, that is, oh, it's not even tight yet. We are now at 4 inches overall. If we get the bolt centered up, it's a little, yeah, it's not even flush. So if we flushed it up, we'll be probably about 3.9 inches. Whereas on this, we were 420, y'all. So we were 420. So we picked up about 30 thousandths, so a little bit over 1/4 of an inch, which is may not seem like a lot, but for what I need, I think 1/4 of an inch would be huge. And I guess I could take this one in there and put it up against the other one, and let's see what kind of room does that get us. Need to trim maybe later. Okay, so here's the one still in the car. So you can see that the bolt on this side is almost touching the bracket. Bolt on that side, I can get a good shot down in there. It's hard to see on camera. I've got probably a little more, probably like 3/16 of an inch. Let me check this light for you guys. So you see that gap, and you see that gap. Let's see. what the modified bolt will get us. Stay, boo-boo. Yep, so we've picked up, I can't hold the light. There we go. So I need to center it, but it picked up a lot of space. You can see over here, this gap is huge. This gap I think is more than it was. Maybe not. It slipped over when I was moving the light. But I've got more space. More space is a good thing. So now I need to see how far over I can move. All right, I'm trying to do math in my head and figure this out. Right now, the leaf spring bracket is 1 3/4 inches away from the frame rail. So if I get a 3/8 thick nut plate and put it as close as I can get, that would mean I could be 1 3/8 inches away from the frame rail. I've got an extra frame bracket. Actually, I've got 2. So I'm going to see what I have that's 3/8 of an inch thick. I can mock up and slide in there and see how much more room that's going to give. We'll try that. Dun, 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 dun. Probably just tape. So this is the nut that's on there. It's getting hot in here. Trying to keep only one fan on, so the fan noise isn't deafening. I use Corel Video Studio to edit my videos, and it has the sound filters, but start using the background noise filter and it starts clipping the audio. So this nut is 0.54 thick. I thought I got a pack. I'm gonna pack a thin. Oh, there they are. Oh, these are 3/4 jam nuts, aren't they? That's the other thing I have. Oh, I guess instead of doing the nylock, burning it out, I forgot I also got this pack of thin jam nuts. Wonder if they're thinner than the nylock. Nope, they're thicker, so if I do anything, I will burn the center of the nylock out and weld it to the all thread. That way I've made a bolt where only one side comes off and don't have to go around. I got the painter's tape out somewhere. I just saw it the other day, wondering why the painter's tape was where it was sitting. Do you guys have this problem? I spend literally hours when I'm working out here looking for stuff. Maybe I should be a little neater. Maybe that's a sign that I should be a neater, wannabe YouTuber building a drag and drive car in his garage, and it's not painter's tape. It's even better. It is duct tape, otherwise known as duck tape. Oh, I actually have duct tape. We're going to use the red. Maybe. Ugh. I don't know why duct tape likes to get stuck. Oh, I have 3M. I don't know if you can see that. And also have tuck tape. I have tuck tape and duct tape. It's a miracle. Interesting. The painter's tape is in the car. What I was just looking for. Okay. I digress. I put it on the wrong side. Shameful. It needs to go in like that. Wish I had some place to put this camera. I need a camera person. Anybody in the Memphis area? want a job with no benefits, no pay, and little social redeeming value, hit me up. I don't even know what this camera is looking at right now. Is it looking at this? Okay, it's close enough. So, excuse me, got to get some air into this situation. I'm sweaty. Alright, move this to the correct side. Huh, that's right where I drew my line the other day. Isn't that interesting? It's like I already knew how this was going to be. With that, I'm trying to get it eyeball parallel. That moves me over 1 inch. Right. Yes, for 24 inches pin to pin. We moved it over 2 inches. Well, normally I'd take off my shoes and socks, but I'll do a little bragging. I know that 24 plus 2 is 27. Just kidding. It's 26, I think. So, if we get it over 26, why is the thing leaning? Okay. Oh, I'll have to do an unboxing on this in a minute. You can see this. This is from Swag Off-Road. This is a press brake kit for my 12-ton Harbor Freight hydraulic press. It's a you build it, so I gotta build it, but I shouldn't bring this tape measure or I will leave it out. So let's put it back in the car. On the floor, that's good. This is somewhere in the car. It doesn't matter that the rear end is sitting upside down and that I'm putting the purchase here. Let's see what does 26 inches get us. We're close. We're close. Right there, it'd be welding on top of the center section welds, which I don't know if that really hurt anything. But if I get another quarter out of it, that's another ½ inch, so that's going to make it 26 and a half. So if I use the all thread and the rod end part of the cow track, that'll move me another ½ inch, so that'll put me 26 and 1/2 of the inches. So move this out, move this out. Actually, this one could go a little more, make them even. Okay, so go a little more. I think we're on to it. Or we're not onto it. I think I'm onto it. Look at that thing. If I can get to 26 and a half, I think I'll be good. Well, I won't be good. This will be good. I'm usually not good. If I can get to 27, it'd even be better, but I don't know if I can get to 27. Yep, 26 and a half. I think it's going to be the magical mystery tour. I think I'll be right on top of the center section welds. Actually, there is a little gap. I think I could just do 26 and not have to modify. Of course, I spent all this money now. I should go ahead and modify it. Get a little more room, get the leaf springs a little further apart. like I've got my work cut out for me. Got my marching orders from Mr. 9-inch. He's telling me things I don't want to hear, but it's like this time, it's not like I'm going to be driving this thing anytime soon.